All right, welcome leaders. So this week is the beginning of our new session for the whole school, but it's also the beginning of a new session of material for leadership. We're on the sword, which in Korean is called the gumdo. And this is my training sword. It's made of stainless steel, it's metal. It's not sharp, it's not a live blade, but it is blunt for training purposes and safety. But even still, you want to treat it with a high level of respect, okay? Honesty is the first step to an abundant life. That's our life skill this session. So I want you to always be honest. Don't grab a hold of the blade. Don't play with it like a toy. It's a training tool. So have respect for this weapon as you would for any of our training weapons, because you want to treat it like it's the real thing. To kind of have that high level of integrity, honesty, that will serve you well. The other thing is with the grip, you hold the top and the bottom, so you have space apart. Okay. All right. So make sure that there's a hand at the top, a hand at the bottom. There'll be parts of this form where we hold with one hand, or maybe even have a reverse grip. Be aware the spine of the sword would be the blunt side, and the sharp blade would be this front end. So you see how it's curved here. Always be aware of where the blade is facing. Again, you're using plastic, properly weighted training swords, unless you have one like mine, but either way, be aware of the curvature of the blade, so you have it away from you at all times, never like this, and this is obviously the flat part. It doesn't do anybody any good. All right, so be aware of that. Now we're going to start this form. Today's just the presentation part. Okay, so it's going to be just a fun presentation. We're going to introduce that this week. We did a little bit of the sword yesterday, just the 9 lines. We'll do a separate video with that, with the sword, the 9 lines. But this is the presentation portion of this leadership form. Okay, so I'm going to start with the reverse grip. Like so, again, the blade faces away from me here. I'm holding it in that reverse grip. That will be, there's rare occasions when you have a reverse grip on your sanjibans, your nunchucks. If you do the 360 wrist roll, you have a reverse grip briefly before you roll it back. Okay, so we're gonna hold it like this for our Junbi position. Okay, so I want to start like this. We're gonna kind of flex, stand tall, look like a strong black belt warrior here. Okay, Triyot, sir, Kyungye. ATA. We're going to drop down to one knee. You see the blade is following the line of my arm, and the blunt side, the spine of the blade is what's touching my arm. Okay? Strike upwards and then out. Ash! We are Team KA. Now this next part, I'm going to do a figure 8. Swing it up, pass it to my left hand. Well, I'm doing a mirror, of course. Okay? So you should stay with me and mirror what I do. Figure 8 on this side, pass it back, and adjust. Once more, I was here, drop to one knee, strike upwards, and out. Ash! We are Team KA. Figure 8. Well, just one half of a figure 8. I pass it to this other hand. I step back as I scoop, bring it back to the first hand, and adjust back to that proper grip. Asa! Like that. That's the presentation portion. Do that one more time, a little faster. We start here. And ready, Triyot, sir, Kyungye, ATA, present, Ash, So, Asa, we are Team KA, Ash, Aya. Of course, you can yell any number of different ways, but those yells are what make it exciting, is what kind of spices it up and punctuates the moves we're doing, okay? You cannot do a leadership material without putting those yells in there. It's very, very important. Okay, so practice that. We'll have another video this week as well with the 9 lines with the sword, starting with the traditional grip. Okay, good luck and be safe as you practice. Always ask permission. All right, good luck.